off of the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Washington.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing with fame.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. Clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. Taking it about the 1. Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Dak going to start out going to the air. Steps away to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Got around his feet and incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain move? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A Cowboy 1st down there. Prescott to Gallup.
1st down, Cowboys.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. This is 3rd down. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb.
And the Cowboys are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders nothing. Brett Maher taking off for Dallas.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Carr. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Carr. He hits Adams complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Another reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He'll look downfield for Waller. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott now. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Elliott. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Open man Lamb. It's complete. He's got room at the 30. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Elliott. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And the Cowboys have moved out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he will go down, a Cowboy sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. And he'll look downfield for Waller. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
On play action, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On third down, it's Prescott. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Raiders 7. Brett Maher to kick off for Dallas.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
First down, Dallas.
Prescott on first down.
That is caught by Lamb.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Prescott looks to throw on first.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. The Carr's throw going to be taken in by Cole.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
6:37.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to... EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Herbert to throw right away. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Herbert. as he's taken down.
Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On the handoff, they start with Bolden. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up there, 43.
Come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 32. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is recovered by the Chargers.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he breaks a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people can come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert buying time, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Charger drive about to get going.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert now. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We score. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken from about the 12. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Herbert back to the air. And his throw is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. They snap it to Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. Herbert on first down now. He finds his target, Allen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll just
chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
On second and goal, Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The touchdown!
A pair of teammates at Fresno State connecting there. Derek Carr to Devontae Adams. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Members on wanna get it going, Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clone. Coming in strong, like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. Here's the punter, Trenton Gill, now to do the honors, and off we go here at Soldier Field. Fields this way up at the 17. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 41, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That third down conversion good for 23. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Brown. 36 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long.
He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Two things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On 4th down, Fields. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Meanwhile, Fields throws, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Fields throw here into the hands of Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, if you have this defense on your fantasy football team, you are loving this right now. Their second touchdown. We're only in the first half. Remember, they had the fumble return for 6 earlier, Charles, and here the INT return.
Yeah, and we're still in the first half of this game. This group, they've been awfully quick to capitalize on mistakes made by the offense, and that one they take to the house as well. Be careful with the football with them. They turn it around on you quickly.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Fields to commit there for a Chicago first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Meanwhile, Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do X.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Fields going to keep it once more.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Now it's Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score a pick-6 for Bears touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now Prescott. This is caught. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fields it right around the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Santos yanked that one a bit. No good. Wide to the left for Santos. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Man open, here is Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Touchdown! Cole Kmet, 37 yards. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Santos with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the Cowboys are able to recover. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 41. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago!
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, the field's hit and the ball is loose. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard.